What is going on, the Bomb Squad? This is your boy, Don the Bomb, back for a very rare action figure review. And today, I brought the action. This is some classic WWE, WWF, big rubber guys, British Bulldogs that I just got in the mail yesterday from our boys over at Major Bendies. Now, for someone that's an LJN fan, an enthusiast like I am, you know, they were my very first wrestling figures as a young kid. They still, after all this time, I have all the ones that I had when I was young. Some of them are pretty beat up, but last year when I heard that the big rubber guys were coming out, man, they are just hitting the sweet spot, and that is my heart. And this is just an awesome thing that the Matt Cardona and Brian Myers and those guys over there at Major Bendies are doing. They're gonna try to do their best to complete, you know, the LJNs, getting all the guys from that era. They're getting NWA guys as well. I just pre-ordered the Road Warrior / Legion of Doom a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna get those in about 6 months. And the fact that, you know, they have the pre-orders, it seems like every 2 months for a new set, usually anywhere between 2 to 4 guys. This last set had Legion of Doom / Road Warriors, I believe Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. Now, those are cool. I'm not so much into like the more recent guys to collect, but I definitely love collecting the LJN era guys, which is like 1985 to about 1991. So these guys went for pre-order about 6 months ago, and 6 months later, here they are, live and in living, well, not really live, but in living color, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, this is just awesome that these guys at Major Bendies are doing this big rubber guys line. It'll help us fill all the spots that we were missing in the original LJNs and add to it as well. I mean, the good thing is we have the right guys in leadership of this because they're collectors too, they're wrestlers too, so they're going to get everybody that we want because they want them too. So, all right, without any further ado, let's start off with Davey Boy Smith, who also has Matilda the dog, the Bulldog in there somewhere, and then his partner, the Dynamite Kid, who unfortunately both of them are no longer with us, and unfortunately with a lot of the era back then, guys are no longer with us, and it's pretty sad and depressing, but it's such a way of life. They put their bodies through so much abuse over the years, and just unfortunately a lot of them pass away young, and you hate to see it, but that's kind of the way it goes. All right, so let's start off with the Dynamite Kid, and I won't show the boxes for both in detail, but here you go. It has a big window for those that want to get autographs. You have a nice cartoon picture of the Dynamite Kid. Very good with the flying headbutt and the snap suplexes. The side, really nothing there. And there's the, you know, the back cross sell with all the people that have come out in the lines. I believe this would be, what, Series 5? I don't know, 1, 2, 3, well, I think Series 5. Either way, whatever. And like I said, every 2 months they're coming out with different ones and pre-ordering other ones. So, all right, and they have a nice little slip cover. They make it easy for collectors to remove the figures, display them loose, but then also you can just slide it back in the plastic and use it just again. I mean, so you can basically pull the figure in and out. See, it just slips right out of there. Dynamite Kid in his plastic prison, as my boy Kyle Peterson says. For anybody that enjoys wrestling figures and action figures in general, visit his YouTube channel. He's been a big inspiration for me, whether he knows it or not, to review action figures. Now, I don't do too many action figure reviews, but the special ones I try to do, and this is one of them right here. So here is the Dynamite Kid, the master of the snap suplex, master of the flying headbutt. Unfortunately, the flying headbutt, not the most safe maneuver to do after several years, and accumulated probably a lot of blunt force trauma to his head, because he didn't really end up in a good way later on in life, ended up in a wheelchair and all kinds of stuff. So, man, this is cool. They have their white tights with the British flag, blue and red. This is, I think, more of their 1988 look, if I had to guess. But this does look a lot like the Dynamite Kid. And one thing about the big rubber guys is they're making these guys not only to fill in the spots, but better versions of the ones, you know, that were in the original LA line, LJN line, which I'll show you in our comparison later. So no articulation to go through. They're just kind of rubbery, which they're around the same bendability, I guess you could say, as the LJN. So they fit in right. This, I mean, like I said, I'm so happy that this line is created. You know, I'm not really into the bendies or anything like that, but this is definitely hitting the sweet spot. So Dynamite Kid, let's look at that face again. Oh my goodness. Nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia. Thank you, Major Bendies, for such a quality line. And let's get his tag team partner, Davey Boy Smith, as he would become later on the British Bulldog, coming back to the WWF back in the early 90s and then again in the late 90s as the British Bulldog without Dynamite Kid, which I don't think sat very well with Dynamite Kid. Look at, oh, Matilda. What a cutie. Safe to say Matilda's no longer with us anyway. Or, not anyway, but also. Dogs don't live that long, unfortunately. I wish they lived as long as humans, but sadly enough, they don't. This is a welcome addition. I remember back in, I think it was 88, where Matilda got kidnapped by Bobby the Brain Heenan and the Head Shrinkers. Those were sad days in my childhood. Made me very sad. Here we go with Davey Boy. Both of them with chiseled physiques. Davey Boy was the more solid, muscular guy, where Dynamite was more chiseled. They were both muscular, but Davey Boy had more mass and Dynamite was more defined, I guess, if that makes any sense. So the same attire, which is a great attire. I believe Big Rubber Guys also had a light baby blue, powder blue variant that may have been for sale a few months ago. I did not partake in those since I already had these. So there he is doing the classic Davey Boy bicep pose. One thing I wish they would have done is maybe have the right arm up like this. That way, for those people that want to react certain matches, you could actually put the guy in the power slam that Davey Boy used to do, but he would have his right arm up like this, so you could put him instead of the left. But be it as it may, that's just a little nitpick. And once again, you know, just there's Davey Boy's face. He has that hair length that he had back then. So Big Rubber Guys. And then we'll bring in there, oh, don't forget about Matilda there. Yes, yes, yes. And here are the OG LJNs from back in the day. What is that? Maybe around 86 or 87 these guys came out. This one's Dynamite here, or Dynamite Kid here, Davey Boy Smith here. And once again, he has his left hand up. So the power slams aren't completely accurate because he's has the wrong arm up, but you can't go wrong with these. And they had the Bulldog going down the side there. I believe this is what they used to wear in around the 1986 time frame. Back, I believe, when they won the Tag Team Championship from Beefcake and Valentine at WrestleMania 2, I think it was. So there you have it. Big Rubber Guys, the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith. Anybody interested? Unfortunately, you can't get them at Major Bendies anymore, but you should be able to find them at eBay and all the other third-party markets for, unfortunately, a lot more money. So anybody interested in this line, just tune into Major Bendies and listen for their, every other month releases for the Big Rubber Guys line. I don't know what's coming up next month, but hopefully it's pretty good because they haven't disappointed so far. I have all of them so far, except for the Mad and the Brian that they made in Series 1. I didn't pick those up. I probably should have, though, but there you go. So, as always, this is Don the Bomb saying, like, subscribe, comment, share, and all that other jazz. And if you haven't joined the Bomb Squad yet, what are we doing? What are we doing? Subscribe and become a member of the Bomb Squad. It'll be something that you'll thoroughly enjoy. I guarantee. Well, I can't guarantee anything, but subscribe and, you might like what you see. Especially if it's me. So, all that glitter isn't gold. Don the Bomb until the next one. Beating you, farewell.